Okay, y'all, we're talking about how to video. So lots of people come to me and say, oh my gosh, I could never video. It's so frightening. If y'all really could be behind the scenes and know how simple it is. In fact, on the picture on this, you can see on the left of that green screen, it's not even perfect. Like, don't get caught up in making sure that everything is perfect. Just start doing it. So just make the move to start. I've got just a couple of tips here that I'm going to go over. This is probably going to take about 20 minutes. If you're looking to either refine your game, either start or refine your game in video, this is some stuff that I'm going to share with you today. So we're going to go over kind of the how-to and just a couple basic things, and then we're going to go over some basic equipment. So you want to stay tuned for that, okay? So did you know YouTube has over 1 billion users? YouTube, anything video is the way to go. Something as small as I've been videoing on my phone a quick text video to people for happy birthday, you know, thanks for your business, something that's from you where they're seeing your face. Okay, so really think about, you know, video doesn't have to be complicated where you've got to edit it, and like just raw video, just shoot it over to people. I have a high schooler, he's 15, and I just am here to confirm with you, in case you didn't know, they look to video for everything. So if you're not already engaging with video, the people that are behind you and the generations behind, they definitely are. Video posts, just a couple quick stats. Video posts have 135% greater organic reach than photo posts on social media. So there's actual stats behind this. There's another book. I use BombBomb to put a lot of my content out, just an email marketing video. And BombBomb has some stats as well. I've watched some tutorial videos and some webinars on that, where even video emailing people is more likely to get engagement than just a regular email. So video. It's been said that the value of 1 minute of video is equal to 1.8 million words, which is amazing. You know, the last year, basically it's been about 12 months that I've been really super focused. Michelle and my team and I have been really focused on video. When I started, I had no idea where it was going. I still don't 100% know. It kind of evolves. But I'm here to tell you, I just knew that it was the right thing to do to start. So again, just get started. And it's a lot more simple than you think. You know, if you're a realtor, getting your listings or whatever your message is, getting it in front of people, establish yourself as the expert. That is why I think that you should video. So when we get through this, actually, I'm going to show you all my YouTube channel that we've now have. Gosh, Michelle, I think do we have 100 videos yet? I think we've got like almost.
We do.
Yeah, we got close. And I release 2 videos a week, sometimes 3 if I've got a podcast or whatever. So let's say on average, I'm doing 3 videos a week that I'm uploading. So it starts to grow. So you've got to start somewhere. Okay. Types of videos, again, short snippets of info. So you've got stuff that you do live on Facebook Live. You've got little quick text videos where you just open up your phone and you're just sending a message to someone via text, like, hello, I miss you, haven't talked to you in a while, happy birthday, thank you for your business. And those videos I keep under a minute, because, you know, if they're over a minute, they won't send via text. So under a minute is a key. And then there's videos that are a little bit longer, things that you would post on YouTube, or you're sending out in a video campaign. So the 2 videos that I do, I'll open BombBomb and do a video just, you know, it within the program BombBomb that I can send out. Those are totally off the hip, off the cusp. I might upload something like that to Facebook, but not always. But most of the stuff that I do is like what y'all saw in the front picture here, which is in front of my green screen. So every Monday at 2 o'clock, I'm in front of the green screen. I'm FaceTiming Michelle because she's been working remotely. I FaceTime Michelle, so I have a buddy in with me, and she's telling me to put on my lipstick and whatever. So engage a buddy to do it with you, so you hold accountability, and you're not doing it by yourself. It's just so boring to do it by yourself. So those videos, we record them, we upload them to a Google Drive, and then we have someone behind the scenes that edits. So I pay someone on the side to edit these videos. We pay him per hour. It's a video editing expert. I do not want to spend my time learning how to use Camtasia. Okay, that is not fun for me, nor will it ever be. So we upload everything to him on Tuesday, and then every Tuesday morning we have a Zoom call. So myself and 3 other people, we're on a Zoom call talking about looking at the editing of the videos. So we've just created a cycle. We've just created an assembly line. We upload, it's edited that week. We watch it a week later. It's scrubbed again. We're like 2 weeks ahead of schedule. But again, it doesn't have to be that complicated, but I like the structure of it. If you're going to put out a multiple number of videos, that's what I suggest. But first, get something on your calendar that says this is when I'm doing video. And I do on average, Michelle, maybe 4 to 6. I do on average 4 to 6. So Michelle will go in, or you yourself could go into my calendar where it says, 2 to 3, I'm doing video. And we put the topics of what's needed to video. So when it's 2 o'clock on Monday, I'm like, all right, I spend like the first 10 minutes prepping, and I literally, this is going to be really complicated. So you're going to want to really pay attention to this. I pull out a notepad. Oh, you can't see it on the screen. I pull out a notepad and I make an outline for each video. I take out my Sharpie and I write the title of the video at the top, and I put the 2 or 3 or 4 top, subtopics that I'm going to talk about. That's as complicated as it gets. Okay. So I get into this pattern of tell me the name of the topic of what I need to video, and then I bust it out, and then it uploads, and then it's in the funnel for review for my little. And you could call me or text me on the side, and I'm happy to get a call with you, and we can talk about more granular that way. But it's super fun. So let's talk about equipment that you'll need. So equipment that you will need to do this, again, is not very complicated. So I got all this stuff on Amazon, and it's just not, it was like less than $300, I think. I actually use a tablet. I don't use a fancy camera. Lighting, I got a couple of lights that are up on stands, and they look really big. They weren't very expensive, but I have 2 lights in the corner of the room, because lighting is really important if you're going to be making video that you're going to put out there. And I also have a tripod. So the tripod holds the tablet. So you've got to make sure to get one that's big enough to hold the tablet. I did get a microphone that I plug into the tablet, and it's just a little microphone that I put on my lapel. There's probably some wireless ones, but I opted for the one because I think the distance from the cord to the iPad is just perfect. And then I have a backdrop. So I have a green screen, I think, and the room where I have the green room is so super small. Like, it can be a corner in your house. It could be a closet. Like, it doesn't, just got to make sure the lighting is good, but you don't need a lot of space. And we just have it there hanging all the time, and we just go in front of it and we do our thing. So a few shooting tips, and if anyone's watching, I've got a couple people dialed in, just so you can chat any questions that you've got. So video shooting tips, you do need good lighting. Again, there's nothing worse. And even when you're doing Facebook stuff, y'all, like there's nothing worse than seeing a Facebook Live video, and especially in real estate, you know, you're of course wanting to show your listing, and I can hear like the high heels clanking and the wind is blowing. I mean, that's more natural because yes, that is the way that it is. However, sound quality wise, it's annoying. So just really make sure that your lighting and your sound, that you're in a good spot, okay, to control as much as you can your environment, okay? And then the background, again, if you're not doing anything on a green screen, just make sure that the background is something maybe interesting, because, you know, people are going to engage with this. So they're either going to like it or they not, or not in the first like 5 seconds of the video. Wear bright, solid color clothing. I did make the mistake of wearing something kind of white with polka dots on it one time, thinking that would be okay. And it was not. We had to redo the video. It did not look good. So my solid colors like red, blue, those seem to be the best ones. Not too racy, you know, don't wear a really racy shirt or anything like that. Smile and have big energy. Michelle's really good. Again, you got to have a buddy. Michelle's really good at gauging when I'm not with energy, like she can tell. Because sometimes at 2 o'clock, I'm like trying to save a deal, like something's blowing up and I'm like, oh my God, I so don't want a video right now. So she helps reconnect. Like she'll have me jump up and down and she'll tell me something funny, and we've been friends for a long time. So she'll bring up some memory that I thought I'd buried, and we just laugh and it's hilarious. So she'll get me to a place where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to bust this out. Okay. So have someone handy that can do that for you. That is my suggestion. Do not video alone. Camera, YouTube and Facebook is horizontal and vertical for Instagram. Michelle, is that still the case? So horizontal is sideways for YouTube and Facebook, and then Instagram is up and down, right?
Correct.
I'm a short videoer. Like the jury is still, I mean, I'm still experimenting on YouTube, y'all. Okay. I'm not a big, you know, my goal is not to have 2 million YouTube subscribers. However, as a general rule, I like to get in and out of video because I don't hold attention that long. So a lot of my videos, it depends on who your audience is. Of course, on social media, you have to be super quick. I think 2 to 4 minutes probably is a general rule. A lot of my stuff on YouTube, I'm just kind of a 4 to 5 minute max. But then I'll see these YouTube videos that has like 100,000 views and it was like 17 minutes. I'm like, who can watch that long? So you just have to experiment and just see how people are engaging with your content. Honestly, I think is the answer. There's no general rule, but do think of the method in which you're putting it out there. I think social media by design, you've got to be really super short for the most part and get to the point. I think I had a question. 1 second. Oh, what is the importance of the green screen? The importance of the green screen actually is so that you can change the background behind you. Something about the color hue with green to where you can overlay pictures on top of it. So here's my green screen right here. And then I'm actually gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna share with y'all my, my Loan with Jen. And I am gonna show, share screen. Loan with Jen, where is it? She's here. So if you can tell, like, first of all, on top of it, we always play these thumbnails. We always do these thumbnails. But then like in the background on this one, my signature background is this white background with the Loan with Jen. Like this is on all my videos. And you see how he put a picture and a little plant there. Like sometimes it's an orchid, sometimes it's I don't know. We just always put a plant. That's just the mojo that we decided together to create. Okay. So the green screen allows you to put something over it visually. So that's what that does. So anyway, there's one of my videos. What's this one? Ooh, FHA versus conventional. So please go to my YouTube channel, and you're welcome to watch to your heart's delight. Just push the subscribe button, okay? Watch, but please subscribe. Help a girl out. Loan with Jen. Real facts, no BS. Almost 4,000 loans. In fact, I'm going to surpass 4,000 this year, so it's going to be super fun. Oh, hey, Melissa. And so this is my channel. If you have not liked it, please go to Loan with Jen when you go to YouTube. And I've got all kinds of cool playlists here for mostly homeowner. So again, if you have a channel, decide what your theme is going to be. And like, it took us, Michelle, did it take us a couple of months to really figure out like the banner and the intro and the outro, like what were my
that was about a 2-month project just to get the brand, like what we wanted it to look like, so that we had a base and how we were going to build on the base. I mean, even as crazy as trying to figure out what the different playlists were going to be. So we wanted to make sure that if we were going to have a playlist on programs, that we also had a playlist, about business tips or whatever. So it was a very calculated undertaking of figuring out what the look was going to be and then how we were going to build from the ground up.
Yeah. So I've got, there's several people on, so feel free to unmute yourself or chat, whatever you feel comfortable with doing. But I want to also, of course, know what your questions are, because everyone has different goals with the video, and it does not have, like, not everybody wants to have a YouTube channel. Like, that doesn't have to be your end game. But I think I would say, whatever you do, make sure that it's consistent. Like, consistency is the key. The cool thing about YouTube is that it's a great place to house videos. And some people use Vimeo. Can you house, Michelle, you can house videos on Vimeo. Like, let's say a realtor or a business person wanted to make a bunch of videos about their business, or like the milestones in the process. They could use like Vimeo, right? They don't have to use YouTube.
Exactly. And actually the easiest thing to do is when they're starting, just do it on your iPhone, and then you can edit it through iMovies with different things in the background and things like that. And then you can just use it to your social media channel. You don't even have to go as far as YouTube. But if it's, a new listing or what have you, and they want to walk the house and make the video, if you do it through iMovie on your phone, and you do it and you tell it to make the green screen in the back, it'll automatically do it, and you can upload it and add pictures and everything else to it.
Oh, it'll make a green screen for you?
It will.
So if they don't have an iPhone, I'm sure they can just Google whatever.
There's something different on Android, but I'm not an Android girl. I'm an iPhone.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's an editing tool on there. Yeah, so it doesn't, I mean, I just chose to have someone else do it because it's just not my highest.
Well, we started to do it ourselves, and we realized very quickly that for the time and energy that it takes to do, because we do 2 educational videos a week, a podcast, a Tuesday tip, and various other things that go on, and it quickly became my part-time job. And so we were like, well, maybe we'll get somebody that's an expert that can do this in 2 hours versus Michelle spending 20 hours scratching her head the whole time.
No, for sure. So and video is something that, I mean, there's lots of people out there. Like, you could probably put something on your Facebook feed if you're looking for someone part-time per hour that's an expert with video editing. And like, there are people out there. So I PayPal them every 2 weeks. They send me an invoice on PayPal and I pay it. I mean, it's a great thing.
There's a place too called Fever, with an I, not an E, in the Fever. And you can go out there and you can contract with people like overseas or whatever and pay them by the hour to do your videos for you.
Oh, that's right. It's F-I-V-E-R.
Uh-huh.
F-I-V-E-R.
Uh-huh.
I think it's pronounced fiber, but either way.
We're in the South. It's fever, girl.
Fever. Yeah. So fiber, fever, whatever it is. Yes, I've heard of that as well. Because yeah, it's hard to find those kinds of people. But I think, even like I said, there's so many people, I bet, in your Facebook feed that someone out there you know, has someone that's either a high school student or a college, like there's people that need opportunity. So in fact, we hired someone not long ago. Well, we didn't hire them, but we, you know, we contracted them to, he's a screenwriter. He writes all our descriptions and stuff. Like as granular as that, I just knew that Michelle was doing a great job at it, but it's just, we knew that we could have someone help us because I needed Michelle to do some other things. And I was like, look, let's hire someone that just does that. And how many hours is he a week? Like 7 to 10?
Yeah, not many.
So he gets our videos and he writes the descriptions, because let me just tell y'all, if you're going to put videos out there, especially if it's on YouTube, the descriptions and the tags are the key. And even researching, like they research. So I have a whole list of a brain dump of video topics that I'll send Michelle. We now have a lot of topics. And they will scrub the titles via going to YouTube and
It's called TubeBuddy, and it'll tell you like how it rates. So it comes up on a scale, and it's literally red light to green light. And if you put in there, so for example, FHA versus conventional mortgages, okay, and how people are searching it. So if you put in FHA versus conventional, it may show up and it'll say it's an okay rating, like 50% of people search that. Now, if you go in there and you say, it's just kind of like a dance, and then you go, okay, well, FHA versus conventional mortgages. And then it'll say, oh, well, 80% of the people that have gone to these videos, that's the terms that they've done. So we make sure that we title our video based on what TubeBuddy tells us is the popular search for those videos.
So yeah, we do it twice. We go to YouTube, because I think if you start typing something in YouTube, it's gonna finish the phrase for you with what's popular. And then you go to see what the most, like, let's say it was FHA loans.
Right.
Then it'll pull up playlists of the top, you know, what people are seeing when they search and click on that phrase. So you can make some notes there, and then we cross-reference it with TubeBuddy. So TubeBuddy, I think, is like $40 a month. I'm not sure, but that's what we use. There's several other ones, so this is not the only game in town, but this is what we use. So we've been pretty happy with it. So so again, this is, you know, if you're going to do YouTube, I suggest you do something to kind of scrub the data that way. You know, on social media, it's just having something, I think, interesting. Yeah, there's probably some help videos that you can watch about that. But I think that lighting and sound and what you put in social media, as far as, like, let's say you're in Facebook, you know, what's the intro? I've always heard that on the social media, asking a question is a way to start off. Like, what's your biggest pinch point in video? Or what's your biggest fear about doing video? Watch this to see how easy it is. Like, that's probably something that we should use, Michelle, when we post this. So those are just the nuggets of what we've learned. And we've been at this really pretty hard for a year. And like I said, there's different types of videos. Like, I'm doing YouTube. I'm also doing some email campaigning. I also use BombBomb. So I use video within BombBomb to my past client database, okay? Because not all of them are on YouTube, nor want to be, or whatever. So there's also that short snippet video stuff that you can do, which I think you've got to have a mixture of doing all that. So that's really all I've got prepared today. So if there's any questions, I would love to hear them about any, you know, any pinch points or questions that you have with just getting started or enhancing what you're already doing. And if I've had experience with it, I'll tell you what my answer is, whatever that may be. And I've got my Loan with Jen up here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Loan with Jen. In fact, today's Wednesday. We had a video come out today. Was this the one we had?
A veteran into their house with less than $100 out of pocket. That's today's video.
Ooh, buy a house with less than $100 out of pocket. I bet that's going to be popular.
Yeah, yeah. And if people know about like YouTube and how the algorithm works and things like that, you can actually go to YouTube and figure that stuff out. But the long and the short are the tags and the titles. You have to get to 4,000 watch hours before you get paid by YouTube, and they'll create the ad for you. So we're a quarter of the way there. We're at over 1,000 watch hours, which is great. So we're gonna make it there, and then we'll, gonna take our $17 check or whatever we get from YouTube and spend it the next day.
So what's our most viewed video? How do I see? Let's see, videos. I'm going to videos, and if I do my sort by, I'm going to sort by the most popular. And who would have known that my most popular one that's had 7,000 views is how an escrow account works? Like, yep. I would never have dreamed this up, y'all, that would be my most watched video. But then once you have your most watched videos, those are the ones that you want to start putting like on social media, like put those more through your funnel of how you're communicating to people. In fact, Michelle, we got it, how the escrow account works. When we do that past client one of the thing we just talked about the other day, I got to put that in there. Because this is, yeah. So like, this is another reason why I've just really had so much fun with this YouTube thing. I mean, listen, I do not want to be Dude Perfect. They're like a huge YouTube, like my kids watch Dude Perfect. Okay. Like, oh, did you see the Dude Perfect? I'm like, no, I don't watch Dude Perfect. But what's been fun is being able to have this library of videos with all these different topics. And so now, like, there's an email campaign that we're going to send to past clients that Michelle and I just brainstormed a couple of days ago. And just now, literally on this thing with y'all, I was like, oh my God, I've got to put this video in so that those people watch it, because it has to do with the topic of, we're going to do kind of an end of the year, like, hey, you're about, you're going to get your escrow analysis from your lender and a couple other things that we're going to do. So having a library of topics has been so super fun. So like, we started by starting a Google spreadsheet, a shared doc that we could use. And when we had ideas, we went and we just started dumping it in there. And then the list started growing and growing. And that's how we know what video we carve out the 2 or 3 that we're going to work on each week. Like that's literally all that we're doing, is just carving out the time to go and make these videos. And so I think
the easiest place to start, Jen, would be, what question do you get asked almost every single time you start a transaction? And then just start making the videos there, and then just be preemptive. And then as soon as you get a new client, send the videos, answer their questions before they can even ask it.
Yeah, actually I'm loading my, and I know this, I'm going to cruise through this super quickly because this, but see, y'all can see that we have all these tabs. So here's all my topics. Okay. And then we have here, we made a big spreadsheet. Oh, can you see this, Michelle?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can see the pink is ones that we've already done. And then we link it to the raw video over here. Like, okay, I just want y'all to know, first of all, I am not this smart. Like our virtual assistant does this. I just want you to know that Raymond is the god of all things spreadsheet. Mm-hmm. So, but like, look at all these topics that we still have to do. What does the blue mean, Michelle?
That's Tuesday tip. That's why I keep track of it.
So we just house it on here, and like, don't be afraid to get an expert of someone else that can do this for you. And then this is how we organize the playlist. We did this. This is where we analyze the data. This is where we have a list of influencers, and oh, we don't have anyone there. Calendar.
So much to do.
Hashtags, Tuesday tip videos. Like, you could just build this out somehow. And we started, but But the topics one is my favorite one because Michelle really uses this. So Michelle helps me with all of this. And then later we've got all the links of everything that we've done. And this is how we've really been organizing it. That has translated, all that hard work has translated to the Loan with Jen. And so now we've got these playlists and like, oh, Michelle, I got to make more. See, I've only got one video on student loans. So now I'm like, no, I got to build that out. I need more videos on student loans.
Don't worry.
I've only got 2 on VA loans. I got to have a couple more. Like someone told me that so every 6 months I pay someone to get consulted on YouTube, someone that's really good in YouTube. And so every 6 months, I get about an hour of his time. And then when my head starts exploding, I'm like, okay, you have to stop talking because I've reached my capacity, because then I have more stuff to build on. So my suggestion is that whatever it is, whether you're trying to do it more on Facebook and social media, or whether you're trying to do it more on YouTube, whatever your goal is, I super believe in hiring the expert to give you this brain dump session, like have a consultation, let them give you homework, and then 6 months later, let them review what you've done and give you more homework. Like that's how I like to do it. I don't like to watch a bunch of endless videos on how to do this because my attention span is about that of a mosquito. So I don't do it that way. I just want the shortcuts. I want the bullet point version, and I'm willing to pay for them. So that's what I do. I just grab it, implement for several months, and then go back and review and modify and all that. So no matter what your goal with the video is, that's how I would do it. And one of my dear friends just showed up. Hey, Jen.
Hi there.
So, Jen, I'll send you
your background.
because we've been recording. I've been recording since the top of the hour, so I'm going to send it to you for sure. But so this is really all I have about video, y'all. So I've had a few people pop on. So if you have some questions, let me know, and then I'll. If y'all can put in the comments, I just don't know which, I know everybody else on, but I'm not sure which Susan popped on. So Susan, if you'll put in the chat.
And iPad 3, I don't know who iPad 3 is.
Yeah, if iPad 3 and Susan want, just put in the comments in chat your email if you want this video all recording, we'll send it to you. So that's really all I've got for video. I kind of concentrated a lot on YouTube. So if you have any questions about any other kind of video, and again, just to repeat, I use BombBomb. I really like BombBomb, by the way, for video. There's others. There's like MailChimp and there's some other ones, but I use BombBomb because I like that it categorizes my lists for me. So we go put the data in as our list, and then we can say, hey, I want to send an email campaign out to these 4 categories or whatever. And then we have our emails here that we can import things from other places, but it lets you use graphics, and like, this is where we advertise the lunch break here. You can put graphics with it, and then also I can go to video, and this is where you can do videos right here, just sitting at my desk. I can take a video from here, and I can either, I think, Michelle, I could even upload something like this to YouTube. I could upload it to YouTube. I can put it on social media, or I can send it here with my email campaign. So I did this refinance. I sent this to refinance people, and I just did this the other day. How do I, oh, I'm going to preview it. Let's see what I did. Can you see what just popped up, Michelle?
Yep.
So see, I did so one thing that BombBomb taught me is that if you put the whiteboard in front of the video, whatever you're doing, and put some kind of like writing on it, it's more likely that people are gonna click it. And look at my, like, I did some goofy face, like that was not comfortable for me. I just want y'all to know, like, it was, I felt really stupid, but I was like, well, who cares? Like, who cares? So I did this minute and 29-second video. And I like that that this showed me the stats of who opened it, so I can see the tracking. So it went out. Oh, I don't want to put emails on here. Sorry. It went out to, well, only 11 people played it. Oh, average percent of the video watched, 84%. Okay, cool. That's cool. So hey, at least 11, and I think I sent it to like 150 people. So I did have some watch it, but 11 people, I got some traction from it. So it allows you to do stats. So you can make video within BombBomb as well. So again, there's so many different ways to use video. I think that you just have to decide, like, get really good on one way and then start building upon it. Like, I've been working on this for a while. I've been working on it for a while. Oh, I have a question. Hang on. Let me see if I have a question on somebody. Oh, okay. That was iPad 3 and Susan. If they want their name. Okay. So I think that's it. I'm gonna end it. I've pretty much gone through everything I've got. If there's no questions, we're gonna pop off here, and we're gonna stop the recording. So Loan with Jen. That's how you can contact me too. Get my email, phone, whatever, and call me if you have any questions for sure. And the people that hopped on, I will send you the recording as well. Okay, y'all.
Legacy Mutual Mortgage is an equal housing opportunity lender. The opinions expressed here do not reflect those of Legacy Mutual Mortgage.